What if one college student could invade the entire world? Not with weapons. Not with an army, but with a website? This is the unbelievable story of how Mark Zuckerberg created Facebook and slowly took over the internet. From a small dorm room to billions of users worldwide, this is the story of the biggest digital invasion in history. Chapter 1. The Harvard Hacker. 04027. The year was 2003. Location: Harvard University. Mark Zuckerberg was just 19 years old. Quiet, intelligent, obsessed with coding. Before Facebook, he created a controversial website called FaceMash. FaceMash allowed students to compare photos of classmates and vote on who was more attractive. Within hours, the campus network crashed. Harvard was furious. Mark almost got expelled. But one thing was clear. He had power. Chapter 2. The Birth of Facebook. 12 In February 2004, Mark launched a new website, thefacebook.com. It was only for Harvard students. Students could create profiles, upload photos, connect with friends. Within 24 hours, over 1,000 students signed up. Soon, Facebook expanded to other universities: Stanford University, Columbia University, Yale University. The invasion had begun. Chapter 3. The Lawsuit Drama. 3:30. But success brought enemies. The Winklevoss twins claimed Mark stole their idea for a social network called Harvard Connection. A massive lawsuit followed. Years later, the case was settled for millions of dollars. This drama was later shown in the famous movie, The Social Network. The world now saw Zuckerberg as a genius, but also controversial. In 2006, Facebook opened to everyone over 13 years old. Growth exploded. Millions became billions. By 2012, Facebook had over 1 billion users. That same year, Mark made another bold move. He bought Instagram for $1 billion. People thought he was crazy. Today, Instagram is one of the most powerful social platforms in the world. Then came WhatsApp, bought for $19 billion. First, Oculus. Mark wasn't just building a website. He was building a digital empire. Chapter 5. The Dark Side. 6:7:30. But every invasion has consequences. Facebook faced serious controversies. Privacy scandals, fake news accusations, data misuse cases like Cambridge Analytica. In 2018, Mark was questioned by the United States Congress. The world asked, is Facebook too powerful? For the first time, the empire looked vulnerable. Chapter 6. The Metaverse Vision. Set 3 Beat. In 2021, Mark made a shocking announcement. Facebook would change its company name to Meta Platforms. His vision? The Metaverse, a virtual world where people work, play, socialize, live digitally. He believes the future of the internet is immersive. Some call him visionary, others call it risky. But one thing is certain. Mark Zuckerberg is not done yet. Final thoughts. Was it an invasion? From a Harvard dorm room to controlling platforms used by billions. Was it innovation or a digital invasion? Love him or hate him, Mark Zuckerberg changed the world forever, and this is just the beginning. Mark Elliott Zuckerberg was born on May 14, 1984, in White Plains, New York. He grew up in the nearby town of Dobbs Ferry. His father, Edward Zuckerberg, was a dentist. His mother, Karen, was a psychiatrist. Mark was not like most children. While other kids were playing outside, Mark was fascinated by puzzles, logic games, and how things worked. At a very young age, he showed signs of extraordinary intelligence. By the time he was 10 years old, his father bought him his first computer. That moment changed everything. The first steps into coding. Mark didn't just use the computer to play games. He wanted to understand how games were made. His father noticed his talent and hired a private tutor named David Newman. Even the tutor later admitted it was hard to stay ahead of him. By age 12, Mark had already created a messaging program called ZuckNet. ZuckNet allowed computers in his house and his father's dental office to communicate. It was basically a mini version of instant messaging, years before AOL Messenger became popular. Think about that. At just 12 years old, he had already built a communication network. The foundation of Facebook had quietly begun. Chapter 2. High School Genius. 1998 to 2002. Mark later attended Ardsley High School and then transferred to the prestigious Phillips Exeter Academy in New Hampshire. At Phillips Exeter, he wasn't just good at programming. He excelled in mathematics, science, classical studies, foreign languages. He could read and write Latin. He studied ancient Greek. He even built computer programs for fun while other students were studying for exams. During high school, he created an intelligent music software called Synapse. Synapse learned users' music preferences and suggested songs automatically. This caught the attention of major tech companies like Microsoft and AOL. They offered to buy the software and hire him. But Mark refused. Imagine that. A teenager turning down million-dollar offers. Why? Because he wanted to build something bigger. Chapter 3. Entering Harvard University, 2002. In 2002, Mark enrolled at Harvard University. Harvard is one of the most prestigious universities in the world. Many future leaders, presidents, and billionaires studied there. Mark chose to major in psychology and computer science. An interesting combination. Psychology helped him understand people. Computer science helped him build systems. This combination would later become the secret weapon behind Facebook. Life in the dorm room. Mark lived in Kirkland House at Harvard. He quickly gained a reputation as a programming genius, a quiet thinker, a little socially awkward. His friends described him as calm, intense, and extremely focused. Instead of partying every weekend, Mark spent long nights coding. But don't misunderstand it, he wasn't antisocial. He simply believed that building something meaningful was more exciting than social events. Ironically, the platform that would later define global social.